Hello, entrepreneurs, and welcome to the Possibility Partners TV show. I'm your host, Ande Lyons, your Chief Possibility Officer, and I love helping startups and early stage entrepreneurs launch, brand, and build their businesses without spending a lot of money and wasting time. And every Tuesday, right here in Google Plus Hangouts on Air at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'm sharing the Andelicious advice for entrepreneurial adventurers, and these are conversations with experienced entrepreneurs who are sharing their best advice to help you and your business grow and prosper. Now, today we're all about helping you find your ideal customer, and you and I both know you can have the best product and service ready to glow. You can have a marketing plan that's better than anybody's marketing plan, and you can have customer service to retain customers that will knock everybody's socks off. But it's not going to do you any good if you can't find your customer, right? So that's why we have today as our special guest the one and only business strategist, marketing maven, and growth strategist, Lany Sullivan. And she's going to be opening up her toolbox. And let me tell you, she has a toolbox like no other. And she's going to be opening up her toolbox and sharing her best tips, tools, and advice to help us find our customers and engage with them and connect in a way that's meaningful. So, Lany, please say hello to everybody.
Good morning, everyone. And Ande, thank you for having me on this morning.
Well, you can see that Lany is absolutely glowing over there, and I'm so excited. I've known Lany not even a year here, but I have resonated with her in such a way because she's so nice. I mean, I think everybody, we can raise our hands. How nice is Lany Sullivan? But I got to tell you, she's just not another charming host here on Hangouts on Air. She is one smarty pants woman who really knows her tools. Her left brain is amazing. And I'm really looking forward to tapping into that today and sharing her expertise with you. So, Lany, there you were, minding your own business when one day you realized, I think I'm an entrepreneur. How did that happen?
Well, the long story that I'll shorten is I grew up as an Amway kid, so I'm the only entrepreneur in my family at this moment, but I watched my family go through, business, like, going to meetings and going to selling products and meeting people and reading, personal development and positive mental attitude books, and I sucked it up, not realizing what I was like soaking up. I was a little sponge, and I harbored it for a long time because I went into the workforce. I did what you're supposed to do, I didn't go to college, but got out of high school, got a full-time job, and got a career at 19 years old, and decided that I hated the corporate life at the age of 25. And I became an entrepreneur without all the tools that I needed as an entrepreneur. So I learned some hard lessons, which I think many of us do.
Yeah.
And I went actually back into the workforce after a few years of being an entrepreneur, and then I said, forget this, I'm going back to entrepreneurship. And I love it. I can't not be an entrepreneur. I can't stand corporate America, but I learned some really invaluable life and business lessons working for corporate America.
Right, and I know that you have a wonderful story because you weren't always this efficiency expert that you are. And if any of you know Lany, you know she's about getting done in a day with the rest of us. It takes us a week to get done. So I know you have a really early stage moment where you really had a person come into your life and gift you with creating something that allowed you to uncover a core genius about yourself.
Yes, I had a manager. So I thought I was a know-it-all at 19, right? We all think we're know-it-alls at 19, 20, 21, right? And I had a manager who just kind of kicked my butt. She was nice and she was gracious, but she was a little hardcore, and I didn't like being bossed around. I'm the oldest of four kids, and so Jenny was her name, and I can't even remember her last name at this point. But I was a mess. I was working 30 to 40 hours a week. I was going to school 30 hours a week. I was working banking hours, and I couldn't tell my head from my feet. I was going every which direction, trying to accomplish everything that I was trying to do, and it was not happening. I was a complete, it wasn't a failure, but I was struggling. I was really struggling to manage it all. And so she sat down and she's like, this is not working. She laid out literally a schedule for me, which was like sometimes 10 to 30 minutes at a time, depending on what I was doing. And I had to follow it. It was follow the schedule or walk away from the job. And I followed the schedule, and I wasn't threatened with losing my job, but I realized that if I didn't do it, I couldn't move on. So I realized I had to do it. I just had to, and I hated it. 20 years old, and I'm like, I don't want to do this because I think I know it all, and I think I know better. And it changed my entire process. It flipped the script on me in my head, and I really learned how to manage my time better in business, in my life, across the board. Now, I'm not perfect. I still procrastinate. I'm human. I still do it all, but I've learned to recognize it more.
Yeah. I love when moments like that happen in our lives. I tell this story about at grad school when my professor pulled me in, and he said, geez, what's happening here? It's my operations professor. And I said, oh, I'm just a right brain gal. And he said, are you kidding? You have one of the strongest left brains I've ever seen. And it just gave me permission to really own that side of myself. And that's what happened for you. And right, Lany? And it's wonderful when we have gifts of people. I'm sure anybody watching can recall when someone came into their life and gave them a piece of advice that they weren't looking for, right?
Exactly.
And turned things around. So I know that you're an efficiency expert, and I know that you love your tools and putting things into place. What advice can you give an entrepreneur who, I tell you, how many times, folks, do you look around and go, IT, hello, where are my people? And then you realize, oh, wait. I'm alone here. It's just the plants and the pets. What things can we put into place to help us, get everything done, Lany?
Well, I'm totally not supposed to do this, but no, go buy the book that I just wrote with Ryan Rhodes, okay?
That was going to be my next question, so go for it.
No, we actually did, there's a whole worksheet, but you've got to figure out what your priorities are, what you're trying to accomplish. You need to figure out what path you're going down, so then you can eliminate those things that are not your priorities, or pass them off to somebody else to do, and really stay focused on what your end goal is. Go buy the book. Stop wasting time and burning money.
Yeah, and you can go to stopwastingtime.today to go grab that book. And I'm telling you, it's what, $2.99?
$2.99 on Amazon. Yeah, $2.99. And the workbook is free.
Yeah, buy it for the workbook and chapter 6, okay? Here's the thing about Lany Sullivan. She knows how to filter tools that are out there everywhere online. You're going to be told one thing after another. Use this, use that. But I always go to Lany, #Lany said so, by the way, because she vets and filters out the tools, not just for their capability, that's very important, but she also looks at the holistic nature of the company, because she wants to be in alignment with people who are not only providing great products and services, but are coming from a place that is of inspiration or open-heartedness, not a company that's out to sham you or get you or gouge you, etc. So Lany, the camera's on you, doll. Thank you for that. And then share a little bit more about the book, please.
Well, we wrote it. I wanted to just do a quick white paper, and because I realized that everybody around me is struggling with time management. And I get phone calls all the time. How do you do this? How do you do that? Can you help me manage my time? Can you help me figure out a schedule? So I was like, shoot, I need to write a book. And so I was going to do a quick white paper, and then Ryan created a cover that I was like, dang it, I got to write a book now, like a legit book, because the cover is too good for a white paper. And so, the end is a completed book, and it's what I like about it is it's not just a book, it's a workbook, it's homework. So if you're going to buy it and read it, do it. Go through the process. Laura Williams left us a great review, and she realized that her goal, she didn't know what she was working towards. She knew what she was working towards, but it helped her define what her actual goal is, what she really wanted to accomplish. And so it's amazing to see the fruit of our labors coming back.
I love that. Sometimes it really is a process that you can find in a wonderful book like Lany's that you go, oh my gosh, I didn't even think of that. And then once you write the goals down, Brian Tracy will tell you, you have 1,000% more chance of achieving that goal when you write it down. So speaking of writing things down, what about a daily practice? Is there something that you do every day that just grounds you or helps you, or anything, any advice that you can give Lany regarding a daily practice?
The one thing that I would do, that not that I would do, that I do is 99% of the time, is I make a list of what am I doing tomorrow. I make sure that tomorrow's day is planned. And I don't always have appointments every day, but I know tomorrow what I'm walking into. I know what meetings I have. I know what projects I want to accomplish, whether I'm working on clients, whether I'm working on Lany Said So products, or whatever I'm doing. So I know every day before I go to bed what tomorrow looks like. And that has made a huge difference.
That's brilliant. What I also like, Lany, is that you do have that corporate experience, because a lot of us provide services to corporate America, to larger companies, mid-sized companies, and it's important that we understand how they look and feel within their culture as well. And I know you've picked up some great tips and tools that you're going to share with us from having been exposed to the corporate environment. But before we do that, let's say hi to some of the folks who are here live, which we are so grateful to have you all swing by and join us in the conversation. I'm just going to pull up a few comments right here. We have Scott, who says, wow, Amway, Lany Sullivan, if you were raised on Amway, you certainly got some training under your belt. You know, Scott, I say this all the time, there's nothing like network marketing to really give you some amazing training. Danielle Miller, I love this. Hocus pocus, the magic is on the focus. Woohoo! You're right about that, goddess. And then Karen really understands. Hello, I'm just here with the plants and pets. Love this, Andy Lyons. How did you know where I was at? Oh my gosh, so often I get caught in that. So having Lany on is such a treat for me, because she provides what I called it the ultimate Andelicious advice for entrepreneurial adventures. And these are hardcore tools and tips that will help you with your business. And I know that you can find so much more about Lany if you visit her website, LanySullivan.com, LanySullivan.com, and grab some of her information there. Follow her all over Google+. She's so remarkable. And for those of you who are here live, I want to remind you that after I end broadcast at the bottom of the hour, I will post the link to the green room. And we'd love to have you come in and join us for an afterglow chat, okay? And that's unrecorded, so don't worry about your technology or what you're wearing. We have some very powerful and empowering conversations in the green room after the show. So Lany and I hope we're going to see you there. So now let's chat about how to create connections and engage our audience. You know, as an entrepreneur, and especially for me when I got online for the first time a little over 3 years ago, I was like, what am I doing here? Why am I here? Where do we all begin, Lany, to find out where the folks we want to reach are hanging out?
Well, there's a couple of different things. So I'm going to keep it simple that everybody knows. Well, there's a lot of people talking about do this, do this, do this. You can, but nobody's breaking it down. So I like to break it down, and I'm going to share in the comments. I'll share kind of my process, but I'm going to run through it really quickly. And first is, who is my ideal client? And yes, that's so very standard, but if you don't know who your ideal client is, how the hell are you going to make a sale?
Right.
So you got to know who they are, who you're targeting. And I have a worksheet that I'll send out to everybody who is on the broadcast today that helps you just nail down your ideal client. I'm giving it away for free, so I'm going to send it out to you guys so you'll have it. And it'll help you. It's a 12-page worksheet. You can go through and dive in. I like worksheets. Can you tell?
Yeah, but it's that left brain, Lany. It's that getting things into sensible order, and that's what Lany does. She knows how to take complex situations and turn them into easy to implement, sensible solutions. So, okay, back to the workshop.
All right. So I'll send the worksheet out to everybody, but then who is my competitor? Who is your competition? I think it's really powerful to know who your competition is. And then where does your customer hang out? Where are they at? In offline, online, where are they at? Who are they engaging with? Where does your competitor hang out?
Let's talk about that for just a second, because I'm a firm believer in knowing your competition, loving your competition, embracing your competition, because, hey, they have a business model that's working. That's just like yours. So hooray. It's just they're not doing it the way you do, and they're not doing it for the people you're doing it for. So you don't worry about them stealing from you or anything. They're there to really help you, right, Lany?
Oh yeah, you can learn so much from your competitors because, like you said, not everybody's doing the exact same thing. There's plenty of people doing social media across the board, and I learn from every one of them because I have a different style, I have a different philosophy, I have a different technique, and so my clients are going to want me, and your clients are going to want you, and that's just what you're not going to have every client. I don't want every client. Trust me on that.
Right. You want to, and I say this a lot, I know, folks, but you really want to work with folks who love you and who
Hmm.
you love as well. I mean, not just like, it's really got to be a wonderful connection. So go ahead. How do we get there to
All
find
right, so where is your customer engaging? So are they offline? Are they online? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Google Plus? Are they on Pinterest? Pinterest is becoming one of the top converting social media sites right now. So find out where your customer is hanging out, and then what is your competition promoting? And I think that's a big, big thing. And I'm gonna take a page from corporate America. We're going to step back just a little bit and look at corporate America. Corporate America brands, Pepsi, Nike. I had to make a list of all the companies I've worked for. Coke, Walmart, Disney, Jeep, X Games, Salon Paws, and so many more. If you take a look at these companies what they're doing in the marketplace, they're building trust with their consumers. They're going out, they're giving away free product, they're giving away samples, they're giving away coupons, they're making strategic alliances with Pepsi with Walmart, Coke with Fred Meyer, whatever. So they're able to make strategic alliances with other people and other corporate brands that are going to be marketing their product. You need to. Oh my gosh, I have so many notes for you guys. There's so much. There's so many things to do.
it?
And coupons. If you don't have a product that you can sample, give away a discount.
That's right.
So what is your competition promoting, and how can you leverage what they're doing to impact and implement it into your business?
Yeah, let me just hop in there, Lany, because, of course, I sit here like this and go, and then, yeah, I forget that I'm the host here, so excuse me. Uh, what your competition is doing and what the huge brands are doing, really, just take it down, scale it down, and make it your own engagement, your own. They're doing it for the right reason. They've got some
Mhm.
really smart folks in there and they have the resource and the money to really go deep on their state-of-the-art marketing and their
Mhm.
market research. So I think you are so smart to look at what the chief marketing officers of the large brands are doing and say, okay, how do I tailor that to my small business and make it work for me? That's a great idea.
Yeah, it's so important, and I think if you guys step back from being an entrepreneur and go, if I was the CMO of my company and I had millions of dollars, what would I spend it on?
Right.
And or even thousands of dollars, how would
Mhm.
you implement? So, and then, like Andy said, take it back down, bring it down to reality, and apply it. And
Right.
don't be afraid. I think entrepreneurs, many have that fear of failure. Heck, fail away. Just
Yeah,
do it. Just fail. Fall on your
we
face.
yeah, with possibility partners, we call them experiments.
Yes, do it. I love it. I mean, you can fall on your face and get back up. As long as you get back up, that's what's important.
That's great advice, Lany. But go on about, you've talked about the competition and now,
And now it's how can I stand out? How do I stand out amongst the competition? And so you need to, after you've gone through all these steps, you need to evaluate everything that you've gone through and go, how do I set myself apart and make myself interesting? And then how do I get my customers to follow me? Goes right after that. And then how do I get my competitors' customers to follow me?
right?
So, so there's all these different things that you can do, and I know that we can't cover every single thing
But
today, but
let's talk about how we can engage those folks in the stream of our competitors. How can we do it in a way that's not coming from a place of scarcity, but from abundance?
I like to share people's content, and promote them. So if your customers are, especially on social media, it's Stefan, I share Stefan stuff, I share Andy stuff, I share Lisa Engel stuff, I share a ton of different people's stuff, And out of that has come clients for me. So I pay attention and I share. I look to see who's engaging. I look to see what they're doing, what their business is. And many of us are, not everybody, but many of us are business owners targeting business owners, right?
Right.
So look at what they're doing and then share what they're doing. Go through and share it, engage on it. Talk to them. Talk to them. It's so
Right.
easy to do, you know.
Well, that's great advice. Wade Harmon just did that with his wonderful article that got picked up by Social Media Examiners on how to increase your Hangout followers. And he highlighted Peg Fitzpatrick. He highlighted Jeff Sy.
Jeff C.
Sorry, Jeff. And, of course, Ronnie Benser and moi. But it was a wonderful way to tap into another audience. And there he was in Social Media Examiner, picking up more folks as a result of his article. Okay, so Lany, what about using hashtags to find out where our customers are?
Oh yes, hashtags are a great marketing tool. You can, if you have a target that you're looking for, Andy, what's a hashtag that you use? Andelicious. But what's one that you don't like that you would like to
Well, I think I love hashtag small biz. That's one of my favorites.
So marketing, content, small biz. If you're in any of those arenas, find the people that are engaging on that hashtag. That is a great way to find new clients. And again, it's about engagement, you guys. It's not that difficult. Share some content. People love it when you share their content. Read it, comment on it, read their content. If you're going to share their content, please read it so you know what you're sharing. And that way you also know if it's in alignment with your thought process, your beliefs, your business, because if you're sharing something that's not in alignment with who you are, it could scare away potential customers when they actually do read it. And they think that you are supporting something that maybe you don't really support. So pay attention to those things.
Right, and also, and Lany's also sharing this, that's a wonderful way to become perceived as an expert in your industry. Many entrepreneurs have a wonderful new idea. They launch this wonderful company, but it's in an industry they've never been in before. So your competition, again, is a wonderful place to go and share and connect and get to know each other, and it helps increase your expertise, right, Lany?
It does. It absolutely does. The more engagement you can create, people will start promoting you more. So it's
now,
really important.
Let's dig deeper on the hashtag because, we are always, the hashtag. We talk about the hashtag. If you watch The Tonight Show, it's all about the hashtag. But what do you do? And given you're such an amazing tool user, does one just do the hashtag on Twitter? Does one do it? Do you do a Google search with the hashtag? How do you find the right hashtag for you?
Well, I go through and I do searches on Google Plus and Twitter. There's definitely different tools that you use. I couldn't list them all right now to use for Twitter hashtags, but I'll just go in and search a hashtag right in the social platform because typically I don't do a general search. Normally I'm very targeted. If I'm focusing on Twitter, I'm going to go into Twitter and I'm going to search a hashtag. If I'm going into Google Plus, I'm going into Google and searching for a hashtag. So I go straight to the source rather than doing a general, broad scale search.
Wonderful. And then what do? You see the conversation. This is, we're trying to get into the nitty gritty because I think it's so important. You follow the hashtag, but then you have to engage with those folks, retweet if they're sharing a piece of their content, grab a quote from the content, and then share it again, whether it's on your Google Plus profile, your Facebook page, Twitter, Pinterest. Pin of the day, hashtag pin of the day. Wow, that's a great way to share someone's content.
Absolutely. And I like to go in and circle people, create lists on Twitter. On LinkedIn, I actually create categories of my connections based on how I've met them. And a good way, like on LinkedIn, is to find all the people that you know on LinkedIn, put them into it, like tag them with a category that you know these people. That way you can go look at all the people you don't know and you can start creating connections with them, like real connections with them. So there's a LinkedIn tip for you guys. So
Manning myself here. I know this information just gets me going. But it's true. One thing I've done is big articles on USA Today, Chicago Tribune, or huge name persons, celebrities, I'll go in and I'll start commenting, and I'll start commenting on other people's comments to engage, to get to know them better, because in my world, it's really one conversation at a time in finding customers and engaging. What do you think about that idea?
Oh, I love it. I mean, I go in and I talk to people all over the board. So, and I have random conversations. I mean, I've hijacked people's threads at Google Plus, like with a group of people, but that's the best way to create a conversation, and not hijacking in a bad way, you guys, but
Right.
it's engaging with those that are engaging. And instantly you have connections. And so now that you've got a connection, and you know where you met them, you can add them to a circle, add them to a list, tag them some way, and now you've got a database of potential customers, potential influencers, potential strategic partners.
Exactly, and it gives you a chance to say, okay, how can I mine this? I mean, it's really finding ways to engage with them and then lead them to perhaps signing up for your email, or taking them, getting them here to a wonderful hangout so you can then build the relationship deeper, or perhaps to an afterglow chat, different ways that you can then get them to a place where they're going, wow, I trust this person and I want to do business with them. So, Lany, a lot of us could be feeling like, oh my God, hashtags, circles, lists, LinkedIn. I got clients to meet with. I've got things to do. I know one of your favorite tips is to don't hesitate, delegate. Uh,
Delegate.
how can one hire you, for example, or someone to delegate this really important task? Because if this is not your sweet spot, entrepreneurs, don't do it. If
Don't
this
do
really is
it.
going like I am, going, whew, love this, great, go for it, dive deep. But remember, you are a CEO as well as an entrepreneur, which means you are not here to do all the work. Definitely farm it out. So how would someone farm out something like this, Lany?
Well, you can email me at lanysullivan.com. You can go to my website and fill out the contact form. You can call me. You can text me. You can Twitter, not Facebook. I hate Facebook, but you can Twitter me. You can Google Plus me. You can LinkedIn to me. All you got to do is find me, Lany Sullivan, across the board, and that's where I'm at.
Yep.
Branding, people, branding.
Yep, that's exactly. You'll see her brand, even though she hates Facebook, you'll see her brand there, because occasionally one or two of our customers are hanging out on a platform we don't always spend a lot of time in. So it's still important to have some sort of branded presence on that platform. Lany, I'm going to share a few things. I'm going to begin with this amazing tip, or things that you added. And I just want folks who are watching this later in the replay to see, here is the list of to-dos. Who is my customer? Who is my competitor? Where does my customer hang out? Where does my competitor hang out? What is my customer engaging in? What is my competitor promoting? How can I stand out? How do I get my fill in the blank? And it goes on to say, get my customer to follow me. How do I get my competitors' customers to follow me? Okay, right there. There we go. That's phenomenal advice, hands down. Thank you, Lany. Great to have you on.
My pleasure.
Okay. Now, that's just tremendous, tremendous value. I'd also like to just bring up this great comment from Carmen. Hey, Goddess Carmen. Oh, gosh, there is so much info here. I've got to buy your book, Lany Sullivan. Loving this. Yeah, I mean, Lany's book is really going to make it very, very easy for you. And, of course, hang out with us. The two of us wouldn't be the same without bringing in this cheerful, delightful, oh, so easy to be with, Goddess, Cheryl Log. Lany Sullivan and Andy Lyons are the perfect clients. You tell them to click, write, push, and they do it with few arguments. I guess we're very coachable, right, guys?
Yes, that's key. Be coachable.
That's great. And of course, I know that Nazim has been cooking during this show, but we'll bring him on for his great comment. Totally agree, Lany Sullivan. Failure is always a given when we embark down the road of building a business. Makes us stronger, and we refocus our target goals. Nazim, thank you for sharing that great, great tip. And one more. I've just got to bring in Scott again. Lany, I agree, you need to know your client, but what about those folks you don't know? That's a great question. What do we do about the folks that we don't know?
Well, we'll get to know them.
That's right.
I mean, that's all it is, get to know them. And if it's people that you're connected to, I mean, I have lots of followers on all the platforms. I don't know everybody, so it's a process. It's work. So you got to just do the work and dive in and get to know them. I don't know if that answers your question, Scott, but go find the people and ask for connections for people that you don't know. Ask
Right.
for referrals, ask for connections. And I think he was talking about the people on LinkedIn. Oh, that's what he's talking about, the people on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Well, Scott, I have a secret. You have to go start engaging with them. No, send them messages, start connecting with them. That's the best way to do it. I actually have a process, so but you got to come talk to me if you want the
That's
process. You can
right.
look at all my secrets.
Absolutely. Lany, what do you love most about your work? Because I know what I love most about you, and that is your amazing. I mean, you just deeply, deeply care about helping entrepreneurs, but you also have your thumb on the pulse of what's new, how to keep things simple, and as I said earlier, your ability to take complicated information and turn it into sensible solutions. You're so practical, but what do you love about your business and what
I
the work you're
love
doing?
I love teaching people. I love helping people like turn the light on and go, oh, it's not that hard. And because I know how I learn, and sometimes teachers are don't make it easy for their students to learn. So I love to make it easy for my clients, my business partners to learn. That's why I wrote the book, and I've got a bunch of stuff coming out next year that it's all about learning. So.
Yay, yay. Yeah, at this point in the conversation, right before we wrap things up, I love to wave hello and share some moas with folks who swung by and left comments and said, hey, I can't wait to watch you on the replay. So here's a big mwah to Deborah Oakland, to Tracy Baker, to Curtis, is it Sather? I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. Also, I think Align Publishing came by. I haven't seen Pioneer Outfits in there, the hashtag Alaska chick. I was hoping to see her and Frank. And Nazim, you made it live, so I usually blow a kiss to Nazim every week along with Christopher, but they both showed up today. It's so exciting. So thank you, everybody, for showing up live. I know it takes time out of your day, and I'm so grateful that you shared your live, wonderful deliciousness with us today. Lany, any final words for folks who are watching and for the replay, folks?
Well, thanks everybody for watching, and really, if get rid of your fear, take the risk, jump in, dive in, and take a look at your favorite brands and see how they're marketing, and see how you can implement their process into your business.
Wow. Well, I know you all are going to be following Lany. If you're not already, it's LanySullivan.com. Grab her book, going to stopwastingtime.today, right, Lany?
That's
Yeah.
right.
And that's a wonderful purchase for you and your business. You know my favorite, Chapter 6. And again, thanks to everybody for having the courage to be an entrepreneur, for showing up and getting your learning on here, as our good friend Mia Voss says, and just really taking the time to help your business grow and learn and connect with Lany on all the platforms. We have the links in the archives for you. And while you're at it, if you haven't already downloaded the 7 Essential Strategies for Early Stage Entrepreneurs, I invite you to hop on over to AndyLyons.com and download a copy. It's my 7 favorite tips for you as an entrepreneur, whether you're launching or growing your business. These are things that you really need to remember. I'm away next week, but on December 2nd, our guest is Christine Daves. She is the PR maven. Oh my gosh, she is sharing how anyone can get media attention without spending money. And boy, I don't know about you guys, but I am really looking forward to what she has to say on December 2nd, because another tiara or hat that we wear as small business owners is the whole how do we get our name out there in the media in a way that's effective. Once again, let's all wave and blow kisses to Lany Sullivan for being here today. Thank you so much, Lany. Such an honor to share this wonderful 30 minutes with you. You're just delicious in every way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Andy. It was great. So.
Oh, great. Everybody, thank you for showing up. Remember, I'm going to be posting the link to the green room in just a few seconds. So I look forward, Lany and I both look forward to seeing folks showing up live. And remember, just keep going with the flow. There are no really failure mistakes. You're just experimenting as an entrepreneur until you find the right combination of events to work for you and your business. And be sure to throw any questions into the comment stream if you have more questions on the customer engagement and how to connect with your audience. Thank you for joining us in the Possibility Show. Mwah. I'll see you next time. Oh, there's Lany waving. Bye, Lany.
Bye.